So far, so freakish. But how does this connect with freak to she? Well, one of the things to think about here is that Oscar Wilde himself, while often being seen as freakish in various ways, too thin, too proud, too fat, too greedy, too effeminate, to all these other things, too much. In fact, part of the language in which he and his followers were supposed to use, one of the phrases they were meant to use was too, all those languages, too perfect, too much, all this sort of stuff. But at the same time, he's lingering in a high fashionable society in London. He's a celebrity until his, quote, downfall, it's very theatrical, but until he prosecuted successfully in sodomy, gross decency actually, in 1895. He is basically someone you want to have at your celebrity parties, because everyone knows he is. And everyone wants to talk to him. Either they want to sort of suck up to him or they want to laugh at him, but they definitely don't want to ignore him. Hence this 𝔽𝕝𝕚 thing about, being worst thing being talked about is not being talked about. Must go on. I'm just going to show you just very quickly. Oh yes. And also one other thing, thinking about queer elements of the freak show. So muscle men. Now we might be more used to the idea that gaining muscle is just a perfectly normative, masculine thing, and in fact it's often sold in that way. Become a real man, more muscle, manly and more attracted to women, and more maybe attracted to other women, and all this kind of stuff. Now actually, if you go back to the 19th century, people who bodybuilt were often thought of as being types of freaks. It was thought of as being, frankly, extremely weird to have huge bulging muscles. Now, this man here, who's being caricatured, is called ℂ𝕙𝕚𝕚𝕪, who was the first celebrity bodybuilder in Britain, and started one of the first gyms, basically. So gym culture arrives kind of from Germany and gets going around the 1880s, 1890s. And so here we have celebrity, members of the 𝔽𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕪, famous club in London, made like this in next